going on, everybody? Sasquatch Wizard Adirondacks, and I want to thank everyone for the kind words and the support for Video-1. So I'm about to release Video-2, and I'll be doing that shortly when I get back into phone service, maybe here in another hour and a half, 2 hours, somewhere around there. As I remember that second portion, something that I think was important on Video-1 towards the end about the muddy water in the creek. I think it would be important that you know that that creek was only approximately 40-50 yards up through that somewhat of a little canyon with the cliff on one side, steep bank on the other, before it got to the other beaver flow. In order for that water to be that murky, something had to been in that creek disturbing the water for a little more than one step, I would think. I continued around the edge of the pond and felt much more secure once I made it to the very end of the pond, where the trail, the main trail, ends if you're coming into the pond and starts if you're leaving. I think I let out a hoot or something like that, because I'm real close to the area where I had jumped either the Sasquatch or bear, and I guess letting out a hoot, and I think I explained why. But needless to say, as I was walking up and through there, I was still hearing sounds here and there. Once I got up to the top of the hill and started making my way out through there, I was hearing grumbling, I was hearing the prancing sound again. And what I remember more specifically is once I got out of that area and went through the S-turns, which I call the S-turns, and got to the area where I have expressed in other videos about Woolly Swamp, that tree break where it was broke off 18 feet up, and it wasn't broke when I came in there, it was broke when I came back out. Right there is where I think the end of Video-2 and the beginning of Video-3 will all take place. Video-2 coming into that area, Video-3 I believe is right in that area. You're going to be able to hear either a stick or a rock come through the trees, clickety clackety clickety clack through the leaves. It hits behind me off to my right. I cannot pick up the deep, it's kind of like a burp growl, like a big old Saint Bernard. It was deep off to my right, about right around over into there. There was other like grumbling noises. I hear multiple sounds in the forest, and again, I'm always, oh, that's probably a deer, that's most likely this or most likely that, and I explained to you why. I won't again. I have my thermal, and I had expressed to you that I was not picking anything up on the thermal, and then you'll hear me say I'm pulling out my thermal. I was pulling out my thermal before. I do pick up a big heat signature, and when I take the thermal down, it's in, which is excellent to show you, so it's in a really deep amount of hemlock evergreens, just like that right there, where you cannot see through that. And I will tell you, with that entry-level Scout, that's not going to work so well in there. Be careful with that piece of equipment. Okay, that's an entry-level thermal camera. It does the trick, and it's good for the bang for the buck, but if you have obstacles in your way, you're not going to get a good reading, and you could get fooled as to what the shape really is, because depending on the variation of temperature between rock, tree, shrub, grass, air, and so on and so forth, you're not even going to be able to pick up leaves, sticks, and different types of things that are in the way. And you could look at something and say, wow, that's the exact shape of the head and shoulders of a Sasquatch, when in all reality you don't realize that you're looking through forest material and it's just making it appear that it is, and all it is a rock that was lit up by the sun way late in the afternoon and is giving off heat signatures. I've learned that trees give off heat signatures, and in different areas up a tree. You look out through the forest and you think, well, how come I can't see the heat signature down below? Well, that tree isn't like us. It doesn't have red blood in it. That tree has sunlight coming through the trees, and it will illuminate one portion of that tree for 45 minutes longer than any of the rest of the tree. Of course, it's going to be warmer once it's evening, and that's what you're picking up. So be very, very careful. And that's why I went out and purchased the FLIR LSX. Okay, that was a $3,600 piece of equipment and then tax. But what a difference. Now I just got to get the equipment set up so that I can capture video on the move with that piece of equipment, and then I will be able to rely on thermal much more than I can with that Scout that I started out with, that I was using that evening. I see a heat signature which appears to me to be on its belly on the ground, but it won't move. Once I take the FLIR away and I'm back to just filming with the cell phone and talking, I could hear, and all I can say is that if everything is pitch quiet, or not pitch dark, super quiet around you, imagine your buddy walking up on a bank covered in maple and beech leaves, dry, and then just start walking across the bank, not even the width of a road, in 8 feet up in elevation. Mind you, I know what that place looks like, so I know what the terrain is. I know where this thing's walking through. I can't see it. And that really kind of troubles me. There's a bunch of things about this that I still ain't saying yet. I'll wait till the end, that are troubling me. I'll add little people, or Sasquatch so damn good and so stealthy that by the time my brain thinks where to look, it's gone. And there's a guy named AKA Rakur, and if you're watching this, I learned that from you, and thank you, because it makes a lot of sense, you know. And I'll say, Rakur online, okay, had said that by the time you think where to look when you hear a sound, they're already 50 yards that way and gone. I guess they're that good. So as I kept walking up and through here on Video-2, I started to feel much more comfortable, to say the least. A calm was coming over me. I think partly to do with the pieces of the puzzle were coming together enough for me where, at least in my mind, I was starting to become very confident that it wasn't some creepy ghoul, some skinwalker, some leprechaun, a bear, a cougar, a coyote, or something that was gonna attack me and harm me. I guess in my mind, I still think that if it's a Sasquatch or Sasquatch there, I seem to be pretty confident that they're there to observe me, maybe mess with me, but I don't have the fear in me yet, or no reason to yet have the fear that they're gonna rip me apart. And I'm not sure if that's why I got calm, or if I just got calmed down. But this overwhelming sense of calmness came over me the further I went up through the S-turns and came into this area that you're gonna watch now. And what else am I forgetting? I can tell you that I remember once I was at the end of the pond and starting to head up the first big tall hill, when I yell out, "Yeah, bear!" I remember when I was quiet and listened because I heard something, and thinking to myself, I can't hear anything. Like somebody put something in my ears. I'm not even hearing nothing at all. It was like something traumatic had happened, and you kind of, everything goes whoa, whoa, whoa. It wasn't going whoa, 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 but I couldn't hear. Like I guess what they would say if well, okay, that same thing is if you're out sighting your rifles in with your buddy and he fires one off and you didn't have earplugs in, you didn't know, and you got pop. and you can't hear nothing. That's more along the lines of what was going on there. Okay? Something other significant that happened there. I remember taking my headlamp and I had to adjust it. And I clicked my headlamp. You'll hear it. Click. And I'm all set. And about 3 seconds later, off to my right, about my 4 o'clock position, you hear another click right over in the woods. And it was right then when I knew something is right over there. And then I heard that whoop, whoop. It was like a whoop. Nah, that ain't right. Whoop, whoop. It's not even deep enough. But the click in that, I knew something was right there. I continued on and started like singing a song or something, if I remember correctly. Yeah, singing a song. Oh, Jesus. All right, well, you're gonna hear it. Either way, thank you for watching. I'll put this out here in just a little bit. Enjoy the video. This is Sasquatch Wizard Adirondacks, waving my magic wand. That's Gore Mountain. Have you take a look. You can go skiing up there. It's a great place. Snows up here in this area almost every day, it seems like. We do a lot of work in this area. There's some more Bigfoot researchers live way over yonder. What's up, boys? We got to get together sometime. And my PC came in last night. Now I'm afraid to hook it up. I'm gonna get a hold of the Geek Squad, so when I hook it up, I don't screw the whole darn computer up and lose everything or screw it up right from the get-go. All right, everybody, enjoy that video. It's I think it's 15 minutes and 3 seconds, and again, I believe it's just gonna have a picture, a thumbnail of darkness, or maybe the flashlight in it. Take care, everyone. Have a great day.